I've been listening to the Royal Diamonds or Diamond Royal Ministries, and I'm sure she means well. I agree with a lot of things because I was concerned also about Katroya Joseph. And I pretty much got the same download on her, that she is a child of God. She says she speaks a lot of true stuff, but the curse words were becoming more and more curse words in a sentence than other words. And that was concerning. But what I want to talk about is people can be put through so many traumatic experiences and weighed down with so much trouble, like her children not being there and whatever else she was going through. Now, I'm not going to speak for Katroya J. I'm just going to speak on me. Now, I don't agree with the fact that if you have mental illness, you don't have God. You see, because my whole blessing is built around the mental illnesses caused me or placed upon me via traumatic events, via maybe some of my own events, most put upon me. I've survived life-threatening events, humiliating events that would probably insane the average person. When you know, and also I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force. Okay. So when we have PTSD, maybe bipolar, maybe schizoaffective, maybe schizophrenic, it depends on your levels. That doesn't necessarily mean you don't have God. Because right now, I've been blessed to have PTSD because I'm not insane, nor am I dead, nor am I suicided. I may be suicidal, homicidal, because of PTSD, so it says in the books. But I have no background of such a thing. But it does mean that I will fight to the end to keep my life. But see, I don't fight someone to death to keep my life unless that's the only way I can run. I'm trying to give me a chance, you see. Now, when you say mental illness means God ain't with you, and you don't have a mental illness degree, nor is your you don't have a mental illness education, period. I do know and listen to your studies in the Bible, but I don't think that you're quite have the degree where you have the right to say mental ill people with mental disabilities are sinners and of the devil. Okay? Now, and sometimes we want to, she's been this way already. You're about a month or two late with your thing, and I've already did some videos. I'm sure you saw me on Google. Concerned. He who is without sin cast the first stone. Now, I don't agree with chasing women and their children down the street with a knife. Yet, that's allegedly. Also, sounds like she had some sort of breakdown. Maybe she thought they were her kids and she was chasing somebody that she thought had her kids, because see, her kids are gone. Maybe she wasn't chasing the kids to cut them. Maybe she was just chasing a lady that had kids because she thought they were her kids. I thought a whole Mexican was the white man that I had to fight in the domestic violence thing because he worked for the FBI and he could be undercover. I didn't go chasing and cutting on people, though. The thing is that Mexican took his hat off and had that suntan was so deep that he looked white under his hat. And I had, baby, my ex-boyfriend was an ex-FBI undercover person, and he had showed me so many different pictures of him looking so many different ways. So I'm just saying, if you end up with your children taken from you, and it's because people are picking on you that your children are gone, and some mayor or somebody that's on the news, but it was across the street from your house and all that kind of stuff she's talking about, raising her garage door up, yelling at a lady walking a dog. That's not to say that she doesn't have a mental illness. It sounds pretty mental breakdown to me. And it doesn't mean that she's demonic. See, you also have to know that she broke down and showed that cut on her face. So somebody that's been cut in the face knows that a knife is a now they may feel that a knife is something that is powerful. It's the only way I can protect myself because that's the way I was hurt. Sort of mindset. And there are my children. Or just any woman with children. Okay? I did notice that the cursing was getting more and more. But I just want you to know, not until you, at the Diamond World Ministries, which I love your show, but not in its entirety a lot of times, but I've never spoke on it, but this time I am. Because I have LGBTQ. I am a U.S. Air Force veteran, disabled, mentally disabled. I am chosen. Anyway, you don't get to pick and throw that stone. You throw a stone at Katoria once you got to the mental part. Sounds like you trying to take some of her customers. But my thing is, maybe if she is such a Satan worshiper sort of thing, why do you want demons? You want demon clients when you haven't studied enough to have the demon clients. You have to convert them. So sometimes you might turn your stuff into a demon platform on accident just because of the people in the audience is what your platform is. If you have too many witches and warlocks in your audience trying to convert them, what is it? the body. Now she's trying to, do what she do. I'm just now learning tarot cards this past year. Not learning how to do them, but having my feed bombarded with tarot card stuff and AIs reading the Bible and pronouncing words wrong, trying to say it's the God. I'm your God and I'm this and that. I didn't ask that thing to read for me. But you need to first get a psychological degree. Simply because you want to convert people that are mentally disabled and free them of their disabilities in order to receive the spirituality of God, is what you said. But you don't have that education. You don't have the diction to say it. Whether you're right or wrong is irrelevant. I beg to differ. You're wrong. No one is without sin, and you sinned when you said that. How you know who's going to the hell with the mental disability? You looked me right in my face in my living room, free of charge, and told me if you got a mental disability, you going to hell more or less. Is what you said. When I know that God told me to go to the military, and then something happened, and he said I already knew that was going to happen, and one day you're going to do this and this and whoop, whoop, whoop. And I know that God told me that PTSD is going to pay your rent, Tanya. It's your blessing that I set up for you. Go down there and get it. And I want you to utilize your brain cells as best you can. Yeah, you smoking that marijuana. I know you're going to smoke it. You've been living on it all this time. It's been keeping you, hasn't it? I watch you smoke it. Oh, I've been standing with you, Tanya. That's what God. See, me and Jesus is right here telling me to tell you what to say. Telling me what to say to you. I've been hanging out with Jesus and God since I was 2. And before that. So you keep up. And then when you look in your mirror, make sure that you know that you are not the one with the authority to say who is following what. And you ain't even met them. You don't know who's on second, what's on third, and maybe they are on fourth. And I'm over here hitting home runs with my uniform LGBTQ, with my paycheck PTSD, with my blood in my life chosen, with my heart free and full of love and light. So don't you ever fix your mouth to say that a certain sect of people is going to hell because God told you that, and you're going to come in my living room on my 64-inch TV, OLED screen. Now, I didn't buy my OLED motherfucking screen. Excuse my language. How long is that? 14 minutes and 7 seconds after you done put all of me in hell. I had to pause your video to let you know your name is not Judge Judy, Judge Judy, Maybelline, or or any of them other damn judges. Your name is student. You are OJT, on the job training, in your own company. You understand? Young lady? Now you're going to repent about how you threw that stone for the mentally disabled. because that's going to keep you from rendering more blessings. Because God didn't put you here to say who's going and who ain't. He got that nose. He got that job. And I know I didn't make me LGBTQ. I didn't even make all them damn letters. The Q is straight people. Weirdos. I'm a weirdo too. And so too are you. Now you watch your mouth when you speak on God's children. You had your own scary dream. You understand? Figure out why the God let a demon come in your dream. Maybe you needed to be shook up. You understand? Shake you up to show you what punishment you might be about to have for discriminating against a whole body of people. And gonna tell me all Black Lives Matter when they don't in your book. Not at the Diamond Ministries, the Royal Diamond Ministries. What's the name of that? Diamond Royal Ministries. All Black lives aren't mattering over there. Keep up. You need to do a retraction.